watching the News Hour Special Edition.
Welcome back. It's been 7 days since Taliban has taken over reins of Afghanistan, and there are visuals, reports, stories of desperation coming in from Afghanistan every single day. Visuals of oppression coming in from Afghanistan as the Talibanis unleash terror. And while the entire world is watching in horror, there is one nation that is not just welcoming the Talibani regime but also celebrating their victory. We're talking about Pakistan. The support that Talibans have received from Pakistan is an open secret, but now their victory is being celebrated in Pakistan. We're playing out some visuals for you. Pakistan is publicly legitimizing the brutality that is being unleashed on the people of Afghanistan. Taliban flags were seen. They were unfurled in some madrasas in Pakistan, and children, in fact, of a madrasa in Islamabad were made to sing phrases, Salam Taliban. Not just that, there are also some pictures, undated pictures of the Pak ISI chief who can be seen offering prayers with the Taliban leaders. Now, one shouldn't be shocked because this is an open secret in the diplomatic and military circles, the support and the backing that Pakistan has provided Taliban over the years. Taliban's victory was celebrated in a madrasa. Images of Pak ISI chief praying with the Taliban. We're playing out those pictures as well for you. And one would ask Pakistan, has it forgotten what happened in a school in Peshawar, the attack that claimed 141 innocent lives? Because back then the Prime Minister said, how can someone stoop so low? How can someone kill children? Today that very Prime Minister of Pakistan says Taliban in fact has been able to break the chain of slavery.
You're watching the News Hour Special Edition, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's open this up and go across to our guests. Tuhin Sinha and Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh continue to be with us. We're also joined by Omar Altaf, journalist, and Arzu Kazmi, a senior journalist on the broadcast. Good evening to all of you. First one to go across to Arzu Kazmi. Has Pakistan really forgotten the attack on the school in Peshawar that claimed 141 lives, and if someone really is a victim of that kind of terrorism and people have lost innocent lives in terror acts, how can they celebrate the victory of Taliban in their country? How can they welcome the regime of Taliban?
Yes, definitely. We still remember how they killed the children in KPS school, and also we remember every act which Taliban did to our people, and they killed more than 80,000 people in Pakistan. But yes, we are not surprised that the government is supporting Taliban now and establishment, and everybody in Pakistan celebrating. Most of the people are celebrating Taliban. It's not surprising, but yes, it is very disturbing for the people like me who don't like this and who condemn this, and we are not happy the way we are celebrating it. As yes, in Islamabad, Lal Masjid, as you mentioned before, exactly, they have the flags of Taliban. And again, we are very disturbed and we are very upset on this. And no, I don't think anybody forgets that how Taliban killed children, women, and everyone in Pakistan, even in mosque or church or railway station or whatever place you name, and they killed and they blast a bomb there. So it is very disturbing, and I don't know why they are supporting them, and now they are saying they want to give them one chance. But what about the war of terror, which we were part of with America
Absolutely.
for at least for 20 to 21 years? And yes, it's still, I will say again, it is very confusing and it is very disturbing.
Well, that is one voice coming in from Pakistan, Lieutenant General Gurmeet. While we are playing out these pictures of the Pakistan ISI chief offering prayers with Talib leaders, that's an undated picture, but one can see what's happening there. Now, like I said, it's an open secret. The Pakistani support or backing to Taliban in the diplomatic circles, in the military circles, and today the statements that are coming in from leaders of Pakistan only validates that support.
Absolutely. And firstly, I would like to compliment Arjuji because she's fearless. She's telling her mind. I can understand the dilemma in her mind. And she's also reflecting the inner voice of Awam in Pakistan because their country is walking towards self-destruction because of Pakistan's state policy. In fact, I would say that Pakistan has been the key, I think, the key center of gravity of the problems in Afghanistan. In fact, they are the one who raised Taliban. They are the one who've been supporting, training, and funding them. In fact, they are the one who have put these ideas of fundamentalism, extremism, and jihadism in them. They are the one who have spanned the radicalization aspect in them. In fact, I would say this Taliban offensive, which was launched in Afghanistan, behind this was the 20,000 fighters from Pakistan, who were from Pakistan Army. In fact, their special forces are the one which led most of the offensive in this area. They expanded this terror axis by including China also into this. In fact, the president, vice president, and NSA of Afghanistan, they said so loudly, they said it from their souls to say that, look, this is an imposed war, this is a proxy war, this is an act of aggression. In fact, I would say that the world must understand this. And I would say that the threat which comes out with the weapons which are coming back into Pakistan, the terrorists which will come back into Pakistan, the terrorism and the radicalization which is going to flow back is exactly what Arjuji was saying. And it pains everybody in Pakistan because they're slowly getting into self-destruction in totality. On one side, they have sold themselves in totality.
Omar Altaf, are you also confused by the stand your government is taking? Are you also in some sort of a dilemma, or you understand the strategy there? Because in 2015, Pervez Musharraf said ISI cultivated Taliban. They cultivated Taliban to counter Indian action. Is that the case today as well? And it's just an eyewash and a sham, the statements that are coming in from the Prime Minister of Pakistan and other leaders saying you cannot hunt them down. These are citizens, civilians, just like others in Afghanistan, trying to absolutely normalize the situation.
I think this time Taliban has emerged because the Afghan government completely failed. The Afghan army surrendered without fighting. They had no stomach to fight. It wasn't Pakistan who abetted or aided Taliban or armed them to take over. It was the abject capitulation of the Afghan army. And it was America's decision to hold a peace process with Taliban, which ultimately facilitated this over. America pleaded Pakistan to facilitate the Afghan peace process, which Pakistan did. But America, all of a sudden, pulled out its troops, which made it almost a walkover for Taliban. So how can you blame Pakistan? India can scapegoat Pakistan as much as it wants, but the world community understands what Pakistan's been doing and what Pakistan's
ISI chief doing, offering prayers with the Taliban leaders. Does this not speak of some sort of a nexus? Does this not speak of some sort of a support and backing?
Even the US Secretary of State has been holding talks with Mullah Baradar. The Chinese have been meeting him. So this was a Taliban delegation which visited Pakistan, and the DGISI seemed to be offering prayers with them. So I don't think there is...
But US is not welcoming their regime. It's your country that is saying, it's your country that's saying that Taliban in fact has broken a chain of slavery.
He has also been holding secret talks.
That was to hold a peace. That was to hold a dialogue. That was to hold a dialogue. But the public executions, are not being legitimized. The restrictions that have been put on women are not being normalized. The brutality that is being unleashed in Afghanistan is not being legitimized.
No, I think brutality should be condemned. Whoever is responsible for that should be condemned. In Pakistan, there is no popular support.
Whoever is not responsible, it's Taliban which is responsible. It's evident. It's evident. No one is celebrating. Then what about these pictures that are coming in?
Maybe a small fringe who is supporting this takeover.
And have you acted against that fringe element? When the Prime Minister of your country, sir, is saying that they are breaking the chain of slavery, that they are breaking the chain of slavery.
he meant was-
I mean, what action are you going to take against people who are singing
That-
praises, saying Salam Taliban, and you're calling them
No,
fringe now?
just
I want to
let
bring
me
in Tuin
respond.
Sinha.
Let me respond
I want to
to
bring in
that.
Tuin Sinha as well. Okay.
No,
Okay. No, let him come. I'll take counters. He hasn't spoken.
Imran Khan was alluding to
Swati.
the end of American occupation. He wasn't supporting Taliban. And Pakistan has no right in supporting
Yeah.
any Afghan group. It's for the Afghan people to decide who's to govern them.
Swati,
Okay. Okay. Maybe you should
Swati,
say
a
that to politicians in your country.
number
Tuin Sinha,
of
come in.
sane voices. Yeah, Swati, a minuscule number of sane voices like Arzu ji notwithstanding, I have no hesitation in saying that the Pakistani leadership in the last 73 years has largely subscribed to a very destructive mindset where they felt they could easily create problems for all their neighbors and get away. They have bred Taliban with the sole intention of creating a friendly regime, Taliban-dominated regime in Pakistan, without any idea that Taliban is going to swallow them next. And why only Taliban? All the problems, security problems which India has faced after the 1971 war, after which they in a very focused way went in for a proxy war by creating sleeper cells, which reached its culmination point between 2006 to 2008, where a string of terror incidents were taking place. All of these were manufactured by Pakistan. So Pakistan has this habit of believing that they could breed poisonous snakes in their backyard without the snakes, biting them, which somehow, they feel, they don't realize they are absolutely wrong on the issue of Taliban. Taliban is going to swallow them next, and they will be the ones who will realize their folly then.
I want to bring in Arzu Kazmi now. Arzu Kazmi, you said you're a little confused, you're in dilemma, you don't know why this stand is being taken and why is this victory or regime of Taliban being welcome. Are there people like you who at this point in time are confused as well? Are they asking questions to the government of Pakistan? Do they want to know why is Taliban's regime being celebrated when Pakistan itself, according to, of course, the Prime Minister himself, has been a victim of their terror?
No, I think that in Pakistan, almost 60% people you can find out very easily who have a Taliban mindset. They have a mentality like Taliban. So they don't want the women to go out, and recent incidents in Lahore is a very simple and clear example what is going on in Pakistan, and we are not ready to learn anything from the history. Pakistan, before Pakistan said that they are in a war of terror with America and they, provide bases and all this. But again, as I said, there is a more than 60% people who are having a mindset of Taliban. And that's why
I
not only
congratulate
the common people, but
Arzu for this admission. It takes a lot of courage for her to say that on national television. I congratulate Arju for this admission. It takes a lot of honesty and courage to say that on live television.
And not only the common
Arzu, please finish your point.
I said not only the common citizens, but unfortunately the government, the establishment, the people who are in establishment and government, they also have the same mindset. And this is why we are facing all this, we are destroying our own country. And it damages nobody, but we are damaging our own self. And I think that it's very difficult for people to continue work like they did before after this Taliban set up in Afghanistan. But again, I have a little hope that people will come out who have some knowledge or some IQ level, and they will not support Taliban, and they will.
You mean sane voices? You mean sane voices like yourself would come out and condemn this stand taken by the Pakistani government, like Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh said? You are at this point in time representing the inner voice of the Awam of Pakistan. I'm completely out of time. Thank you very much to Tuin Sinha, Lieutenant General Gurmeet Singh, Omar Altaf and Arzu Kazmi for joining us, for giving us your time on the debate.